The outspoken you, only you gotta believe in you. Pack your bags right now, let's go follow the truth. The outspoken you.
Whoa, have you seen this video yet? Out of Florida, a woman shoots a man dead in a Walmart parking lot. If you have, then you know this video is everywhere right now. And you already know it split people right down the middle. Very predictable. One half says she's right, the other side says it's murder. And there's a fair question sitting right in the middle of it. If a man is following you through a parking lot, you've told him to leave you alone and he wouldn't. At what point are you allowed to see him as a threat? Real question. But here's why it's harder than it looks. That exact sentence, I felt threatened. I had no choice. That's the same sentence said by almost everyone who ever killed a person they shouldn't have. Every single one of them was scared too. And every one of them swore they had no other option. So I was scared can't be the whole standard, because if fear alone justifies it, everybody's justified and nobody is ever wrong. There's an actual line, and I'll show you where it really is. Let me get to what we actually know. The man's name was Bart Digliomo. Excuse me if I butchered the last name. 62, a veteran and retired nurse. He got into it with a woman in a Walmart parking lot in the afternoon. It escalated. She pulled a gun and killed him. Then she stayed at the scene and told the police it was self-defense. I am not here to hand you a verdict. It's not my job. In fact, the facts are not all in just yet. What I'm going to do is answer the real question underneath it. When are you actually allowed to treat another human being as a threat you can kill? Because there is an answer. The law has spent centuries on it. And once you know it, you can't unsee how selectively people use it. So here's the standard. To take a life and call it self-defense, you can't have started it. It has to be happening right now. It has to be a real deadly threat, and it has to be reasonable. Not just real to you, but reasonable to anyone standing where you stood. That's the line. Notice what's not on it. He was following me and it felt scary. That's real and human. But by itself, it is not the standard. The fear is what makes you reach for the gun. It is not what makes pulling the trigger legal. Now, somebody in the comments, I can see it, is already typing, stand your ground. So let me kill that myth right now. Stand your ground does not mean if I was scared, I can shoot. The only thing it does is remove your duty to run away first. You can't have started it. It still has to be a real, deadly, reasonable threat. Stand your ground removes one box. It leaves the other four exactly where they were. People often treat it as a permission slip. I'm sorry, it was never that. So let's take that standard, the real one, and run it across the people who said the exact same thing she did. A man in Florida, Michael Draka, argues with a family over a handicap spot. You remember this? The other man shoves him to the ground and steps back. And Draka, from the ground, draws and shoots him dead. That man was unarmed. He was walking away. Draka said he feared for his life. The jury said no. Manslaughter, 20 years. There's another one. A man in South Carolina picks a fight in a parking lot, threatens the other guy, waves his gun around, and shoots him more than a dozen times. An unarmed man. He says self-defense. Of course, the court said no. Murder, 45 years for him. You see it? Tell me you see it. The standard didn't care who they were. It cared what they did. Did you start it? Was it happening right then? Was it a real deadly threat? Would a reasonable person have seen it the exact same way? Every one of them failed one of those, and every one of them went to prison, no matter what the fear felt like on the inside. And here's the part that should stop the people who are so sure this woman is just going to walk. The story online is stand your ground. The data says the opposite. In fact, one study in Florida cases found that women were nearly twice as likely to lose stand your ground as men. In one state, researchers couldn't find one woman that won, including women who'd been beaten with the photos to prove it. So the confident take isn't just arrogant, it's probably wrong. So right now, with the information I just gave you, run her through the standard. On the first question, did she start it? From the information right now, she actually looks good, way better than Draka. The video shows her backing away, telling him to leave, and him following her, walking off and coming back. She had a gun on him for something like 30 seconds. And at one point, he put his hands up. It was quick, but he did it. So when she finally fired, was he an immediate deadly threat? Or was he an unarmed man she already had at gunpoint who just wouldn't leave? These are two different things. One might be self-defense. The other may not. Her best defense is real. She was outmatched. She was retreating. And the law does let a smaller person meet a bigger one with a gun. Her problem is too real. And that's the honest shape of a hard case. Which brings me to the only thing I actually came here to say. Whatever standard you would use to free her, it has to be able to free the person who used the same fear on somebody who looks like me. And whatever standard you would use to lock those people up, it has to be able to lock her up as well. You don't get to slide around based on whoever is holding the gun. You don't. The people cheering for her would have convicted Draca in a heartbeat. And some of the people ready to bury her would have marched for a man standing in the exact same spot. Both of them are doing the same shit. And the standard you only hold the other side to was never a standard at all. It was just permission to do what you already wanted. And underneath it all, underneath all of it, a man is dead over a parking spot at a Walmart at noon. Two strangers is one bad afternoon. So what point was she allowed to treat him as a threat? Now you actually know the answer. Hold the standard. Hold it for her and hold it for the next man in the news who looks nothing like her. Because the moment you will only hold it for one of them, you just cared about your team. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the outspoken you. And remember, noise is not knowledge.
The outspoken you, only you gotta believe in you. Pack your bags right now, let's go follow the truth. The outspoken you.